What's going on, guys? On this episode of KevsToyFun, it's Dinobots, Rescue Dinobot figures. We have the original 4 Transformer Rescue Bot Dinobot figures versus the Transformers Dinobot Adventures Dinobot figures. We're gonna transform them, and then we're gonna see which one is my personal favorite. So you're not gonna miss it, okay? Let's happen more happen. Let's start playing with some robot dinosaur toys, aka Transformer Dinobots. KevsToyFun, toys rule! Okay, guys, so as we said, we have the Transformer Rescue Bot Dinobot figures. We have Heatwave, and then we have Chase, and then we have Boulder, and then we have Blades. And over here for Dinobot Adventures, we have Snarl, Sludge, Slug, and we have Swoop. So these guys are essentially the same figures. They're just basically, these are Transformer Rescue Bots, Dinobots, and then these are the Transformer Dinobot Adventures. Same figures, just different paint jobs essentially is what it is. So Heatwave and Sludge are Brontosauruses, right? And then we have Chase and Snarl are Stegosauruses, right? And then you have Boulder and Slug. This is Slug, this is Boulder, right? These are Triceratops. And then you have Blades and Swoop, and they're pterodactyls. Cool. Okay, so let's start with these guys first. So you can kind of see from these two, when you have Swoop and Blades, that they are pterodactyls. You can kind of see the different paint jobs right here, which is really cool. And just the subtle differences, you can kind of see here where like the heads are, you know, Swoop has kind of like a gold beak with blue eyes. Blades has a kind of like a white beak with some orange highlights and green eyes. It's kind of cool. Right, and they both flap. They all have these gimmicks. Let's see, they both flap. It's very cool. Flip them around, and here's what they look like underneath. And you can definitely, you know, play with their arms if you want to. You know, you can kind of usually put them down like that. The same thing with Swoop. Put him like that as well. Now these guys are more like, these guys are, with the gray color scheme, they're definitely more like the traditional Dinobot figures that they have that you can pick up. So, but I love that they have, all these guys have these kind of like gimmicks to them. So in transform Swoop from pterodactyl to rescue bot mode, there he is right there. Just kind of pushed on his legs. And there he is close up. But there he is. And then for Blades, same kind of thing. Just take his legs, push him down. You can move his arms up. And there's Blades. That's the back of them, and you can kind of see these guys together. Pretty cool. They did a nice job, I have to say. I do love the Rescue Bot ones, but I'm more of a traditional Dinobot guy, so I really love how they took these guys and just repainted them in, you know, gold and gray. I think it's awesome. Okay, next we're gonna do Slug and Boulder, and then, so here's Boulder, and here's Slug, and they're just Triceratops. So obviously, you know, Slug has the more kind of like gold head. Boulder, you know, keeps his traditional green. And then when you press down here, or their tails, kind of do these like headbutts with their heads, right? Pretty cool. These guys are a little tough to transform, so it's a little tricky. So what you have to do is, you see these like notches here and here. What you want to do is you want to pull the back legs and then press down, and then you can kind of see how they come apart like that. It's a little tricky. So just so you know, they have to snap. So just take these guys, press down, hold the back legs, and then boom, and then they transform. And you snap their legs in, and they can move the front legs now as their hands. You can kind of see, and there's Slug. I love the red detail in the blue eyes and gray. It's really nice. They did a nice job picking the colors for him. Okay, so there's Slug. And then for Boulder, same kind of thing. Just take his back hind legs with one hand, take these 2 notches right here, press down, and then he transforms. Flip up his legs so they snap in place. You can move his legs down, and there he is. There's Boulder transformed in Dinobot mode. And then here they are next to each other. And like green versus gray and red color scheme. They did a nice job on these robot dinosaur toys, right? Cool. Okay, so then now we're going to talk about the Brontosaurus dinosaurs. So we have Heatwave and we have Sludge. Right, so you can kind of see them. Now the challenge with these guys is, and I'm going to show you because I think Sludge is fairly new, so he hasn't had this happen to him yet. There's a spring inside. This is number one thing that happens with older versions of the Heatwave. So if your parents are going to get you one or find one on eBay, make sure that he snaps together here and that he also stands correctly. We're going to get to that in a second. But here you can kind of see them together. Heatwave's red, Sludge is more kind of golden and gray with some red highlights. The cool thing is, you know, they each have this gimmick on the back so their heads move. So you press this button here and the blue button on Heatwave. But see how the problem is, see how this one is kind of a little, it doesn't it doesn't move as well, right? Now it does. Okay, there you go. It gets a little stuck. But its head shouldn't split apart. So anyway, so with Heatwave, to transform him, you take his head and you split apart, these become his arms, and then he's supposed to stand, right, like so. This is how he's supposed to look. But there's a spring in here that's missing. So a lot of times when you find an older version of this Heatwave figure from like somebody else's collection, it's kind of, he doesn't stand properly. So then he's kind of, it's like he just doesn't want to stand. Now with the Sludge, you know, you take his head apart, put him down, and then you can see how he clicks in place, kind of moves his tail down, and then he stands properly, right? So whereas with Heatwave, it's an issue. See how it doesn't stand properly? So you can kind of see he's kind of like hunched over. It's like a mini Heatwave, a mini Heatwave. But here they are next to each other. We'll compare and contrast. Okay, so there is Sludge. Oh, I just noticed he's got this awesome kind of like dark kind of fire helmet, right? And then Heatwave's got his kind of like a silver mask with a red fire helmet. And they are right there. It's kind of cool. Got gold hands on Sludge. It's got red hands on Heatwave. There's the back. There's the side. And then, like I said, you can kind of tell this spring doesn't work. So Heatwave doesn't stand that well. And you can see it like right here, how, you know, you put them next to each other. So eventually this is going to happen to Sludge, but I hope it doesn't. But, you know, just be aware that if you guys are going to find one used, you know, that try to get one, make sure it stands properly. But cool. Well, those guys are Brontosauruses, and those guys, I think they're very cool. I think they did a nice job on those two. And then last but not least, we have Chase. These guys are Stegosauruses. This is Chase, and this is Snarl, right? Did a nice job on these guys. And their kind of gimmick is kind of move down their tail, whoop, and kind of like these spikes move a little bit. Let's see. And with Chase, like I said, this guy's an older guy, so he doesn't, you know, doesn't snap. He's not as, he's got a lot of wear and tear on him, shall we say. But overall, very cool. He did a nice job. And then to transform these guys, you just kind of take their back legs, push down, and take this tail and push it upwards, and then they kind of transform into place like that. And do that to Snarl. And the same kind of thing, right? You can move his the arms down, and here they are. We'll do a close-up of Snarl. Still move his arms around, or just front legs, which are now his arms. Pretty sweet. And then we have Chase. Same thing, his arms can go up and down if you want. And then they did a nice job on these guys. I love these little mini Dinobots. These things are awesome. And there you have it. Okay, cool. So there they are. There's everybody. Actually, you know what I'm gonna do is let's put them next to each other. Okay, so first off, I would have to say out of Chase or Heatwave and Sludge, I would have to say Sludge is my favorite. And then when we go to Chase and Snarl, I would have to say I really like Snarl. I have to say I'm definitely more biased to the newer Grave Dinobot Adventures versions. Boulder and Slug, I would have to say Slug, and I love Boulder. Boulder is like my favorite rescue bot. And then from Blades and Swoop, I would have to say Swoop. I think Swoop. Again, I really love the Grave versions of these guys. And again, they are the exact same. They're just painted differently. And it's kind of cool. Then you have more robots and Dinobots to play with. So that's it for this episode, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I know it's a quick episode, but if you want more Dinobot, Rescue Bot, and Dinobot Adventures Dinobot episodes, definitely just check one out. I did almost my entire collection of all my Rescue Bot Dinobots that I have, so definitely check it out. I also have some other ones as well, and I'm going to be doing a lot more Dinobot, robot, dinosaur toy videos because I have, just not in Rescue Bots, but I have like the other lines as well. I have like Cyberverse and Bumblebee and, you know, I'm going to do a lot of those because I think you guys are definitely liking more of the collection versus the unboxing, so I'm going to start doing more of that stuff. So that's it. So, oh, also, if you guys haven't already, please give me a thumbs up. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Helps me out big time. And definitely hit that notification bell so you're alerted every time I upload a new video. Okay, so that's it for this episode, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks so much for watching. Stay good, be polite, and I'll see you guys next video. Okay, talk to you soon. Bye-bye.